We have just listened to the national anthems of both teams, Cape Verde and Ghana, in the first clash between the two teams in the WAFCON 2026. Here in Casablanca at the impressive Moulay Rashid Stadium, one of the crowned host venues for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. This modern arena provides the perfect stage for another exciting chapter in African women's football. Let's take a look at the lineup for Ghana, with Kolan in as the goalkeeper and Simon Boyaki, Dua and Bonsu in the defense, Kujo, Kusi and Bui, and also Asantiwa, Mafo and Dua in the attack line. The team is led by the coach Kim Joker Green. Osman, Amanyeku, Opoku, Udubewa, Ashia, Badu, Leki, Yeboa, Zakaria, Ansa, Mohammed and Kim as the substitutes in this match against Cape Verde. Let's take a look on the match officials. From Morocco and Sukaina Hamdi. Few minutes until the kickoff of the first match of Group D, the first phase of the group stage in the WAFCON 2026. Now let's take a look on the lineup of Cape Verde, with Diaz Rodriguez as the goalkeeper and Montero, Semedo, Vieira, Kelly and Rodriguez in the defense line, with Cardoso, Melo and Wanon as midfielders, while we have Lopez, Moreira and Tavares in the attack. These are the substitutes for Cape Verde, led by Silveria Nedio. We have Gomes, Silva, Do Rosario, Borges, Gomes, Rodriguez, Santos, Gomes, Suarez Martins, Semedo, Pereira and Muniz in the substitutes for this clash tonight, this afternoon. The countdown just begin.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All eyes are now on Cape Verde as they make their debut in this WAFCON 2026. History is being made this evening as Ghana and Cape Verde face each other for the very first time in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Cape Verde are now writing history today. This is the Blue Sharks' maiden appearance at the WAFCON, a reward for a remarkable qualifying campaign that showcased resilience, belief, and the rapid rise of women's football in the island nation. All eyes are on them also as their male counterparts made an exciting and amazing campaign in the World Cup 2026 as they had a clean sheet against the now champions Spain national team. Also, they made it really hard for Argentina to qualify to the knockout stage, as there was a draw in the last minutes in the World Cup 2026. Cape Verde inside. Bonsu, back to the attacker. So close, close. The Black Queens are one of the pioneers of women's football in Africa. As the 3-time runners-up and 5-time medalists, Ghana returned to WAFCON determined to challenge for their first continental title and re-establish themselves among Africa's elites. Dua to Boyaki. As the players are now in the midfield. Great tackle from Cape Verde. Cape Verde trying to make it past the Ghanaian defenders, sorry. Great pass. Gramps, give it to her teammate. A whistle from the referee after Cape Verdean player fell down after a tackle from Rodriguez. Sending the ball. Great tackle from the Ghanaian players. Back to the midfield, and now Cape Verde are trying as hard as they can to pull a great performance in front of the experienced Black Queens of Ghana. Experience tonight meets history in the making as Ghana, the 3-time runners-up, take on the tournament debutants Cape Verde in a fixture with no previous WAFCON precedent. Ghana are moving past the midfield and going in. They're moving the ball with purpose, but that's a brilliant save from Jacinta. She picks up a super pass, but Ghana takes the ball again. Asantewa to Boyaki, but again, Cape Verde trying to go past 1, 2, 3 defenders. Are we going to see another goal? But that was a brilliant save from Conlan, who just was very fortunate to save the ball and avoid conceding the first goal of this clash between the two teams. The Ghanaian players win the ball brilliantly, trying to move forward. The attacker is one-on-one with the keeper, but that was goal. Such a great goal from the Ghanaian, who just opened the score here in the first ever appearance against Cape Verde. Such an organized game between the Ghanaian players. This is the first goal in this game. Now Ghana are leading the score against Cape Verde. Cape Verde trying now to move the ball past the Ghanaian attackers and make sure that they equalize again. There we go. Are we going to see another goal, an equalizer? We are now in the penalty box, but there's just a whistle from the referee. Here we go again with Ghana again are trying to move past the Cape Verdean defense. Now all the attack of Ghana is flooding forward. Princess will just take the ball now, and here we go again. It's such a great battle here between the defenders and the attackers of both teams. We have now a free kick from the Cape Verde side as Sasha, will try to now the Ghanaian side is trying to be careful. That's a great tackle from Ghana, who that was a tough tackle on Rodriguez. As we see now the replay again. Both Kusi and Rodriguez. The ball is being carefully positioned now as Cape Verde made another free kick here in the first half. Now Ghana is leading the score with 1-0 for Cape Verde as the Black Queens are now playing their 11th game in. This is their 11th appearance for Ghana in the WAFCON as they made the 3rd place in 2024 edition. Ghana qualified to this edition of the WAFCON with a 7-0 on aggregate in the final qualification round. Player gives the ball to who gets out again. Ghana now are trying to move past the Cape Verde defenders. Are we going to see a second goal here in this first half from the Ghanaian Black Queens? Cape Verde's qualification to this WAFCON and the amazing performance of their male counterparts shows that football is on the rise in the African island. Sasha gives it back to Moreira, who is now trying to move forward. There's an excellent control from the midfield unit from both sides. Now the player picks up a super pass. Is she gonna be able to make it closer to the penalty box? But Ghana picks up the ball again. Ghana have now the possession of the ball. Rams just lost the ball to Ghana again. There's a great battle in the midfield between the two teams, and we know that whoever ever controls the midfield can control the match. Now we are in the penalty box, but there's a great defense line from Cape Verde team who trying to make sure that they don't concede any more goals in this first half. Here we go again with Boyaki. Boyaki gives it to, takes the ball again. Back to Bonsu. Bonsu to Kelly. Kelly loses the ball, and now Ghana are in their way to score the second goal. That was a outstanding save from Jacinta from Cape Verde. Okay, Moreira gives it back to Rodriguez. Then Rodriguez is trying now to move forward with the ball. Are we going to be able to see an equalizer now as of this minute? What a great, the ball just went out. Cape Verde are still not being able to put the ball in the back of the net. Cape Verde are one of the tournament's debutants in the expanded 16-team competition. Their qualification marked another milestone for Cape Verdean football, following the country's recent growth in both the men's and women's game. Cape Verde won 4-3 on aggregate to secure a historic qualification, as they qualified for the tournament for the first time in their history after an impressive comeback against Mali. The battle in the midfield is becoming increasingly important as the players are now trying to move past the defenders. Ghana. She should have given the ball to Bonsu, who was alone in here in the right side of the pitch. Now Kusi. Trying to unlock the Cape Verdean defense. Ghana now have the first corner in this game. This is a real opportunity to test the defense of Cape Verde. Here comes the delivery. But that was a great tackle from the Cape Verdean team, who are now moving past. They're moving forward in this match. She's moving past 4 defenders. Lurian. Bonsu gives it back to Dua, to Boyaki, sorry. From Boyaki to Bonsu. Bonsu again gives it back to Boyaki. Now to the Cape Verdean player, just picked up the ball brilliantly. Kelly gives it back to the goalkeeper, who gave it to Sasha. From Sasha. Again, we are here in the midfield. Yellow card for the Ghanaian player after a tackle against the Cape Verdean player. This is a yellow card for Cardoso. Now she has to be very careful, as another booking of a yellow card will send her off this game. This is a free kick for the Cape Verdean team. Kelly just shoots the ball. Here's the delivery. Are we going to see an equalizer? But that was a brilliant save from Conlan. Bonsu. Bonsu gives the ball to Boyaki, who gives it now to Kusi. Great tackle from Cape Verde. Another yellow card, this time to Rodriguez in the Cape Verdean side. To Leonide Moreira Rodriguez. We can see now the replay to know why that yellow card was booked. We have witnessed yesterday a great game between Zambia and Egypt, as Zambia scored 6 goals against Egypt, with the captain Barbara scoring a hat-trick. But the great surprise was Malawi winning against the defending champions Nigeria in their first ever participation in Now Ghana have the possession of the ball. As Kusi is trying to unlock the Cape Verdean defenders. Here we go again with Bonsu, giving it to Princess. Are we going to see a second goal? But that was mission impossible for Ghana against a great defense from Cape Verde. Today marks 2 of the last games of the first phase of the group stage, as now we have Ghana, who are leading the score against the first-timers Cape Verde, while Cameroon will play against Mali at 9 p.m. here in Casablanca. Also, tomorrow, the host nation will have to face Algeria in a North African clash, after both teams secured 3 points in the first day of this tournament, whilst Tanzania and Cote d'Ivoire from Group B also secured the 3 points after Tanzania took on South Africa with 2 goals against 1, whilst Cote d'Ivoire pulled an amazing performance against Burkina Faso with 4 goals against 1. Bonsu. Now Antewa. Antewa to Lorca. He gives it back to Bonsu. Here we are in the third half of the pitch. Brilliant save from Jacinta. We have a great tactical, fascinating battle here in the touchline today. Ghana have now more chance to score, as the player was only few inches from scoring the second goal for Ghana and leading the score. You can see that tonight, that this afternoon, Ghana, the experience is trying to meet first-timers. Princess now, but the game was just tackled by Kelly. Sasha giving the ball to Rodriguez. Now Gramps. Have Larissa, who just gave the ball to Leia. Leia is now clashing with the Princess. Kelly. Gives the ball back to there's an excellent control from the midfield unit from the Ghana side. The Black Queens are not giving up. Great tackle from Sasha. Now the midfielder is trying to accelerate into the attacking half. Princess is trying to move past the Cape Verdean defenders. That was a brilliant tackle from the Cape Verdean side, who are not allowing Ghana to score any more goals in this first half. But here we are again. There's a counterattack from the Ghanaian players. Bonsu to Dua. Now Irlas has the ball. She just gives it to Leia. From Leia. Larissa looks like she is suffering from she's now being sent. She's now leaving the pitch with the medical team. I hope that everything is okay with her. This is a short hydration break for the players as the weather here in Morocco is hot. This is a chance to recharge again so that they can play well in the remainder of the first half, as we are now 30 minutes into the first half of this clash between the Black Queens Ghana and the first-timers Cape Verde in the first match of Group D in the group stage of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations 2026. Tomorrow is going to be a chance to know who will book the first spot in the knockout stage here in this tournament as we end today the first phase of the group stage. Cape Verde are now trying to move past the Ghanaian players. That was just what that was a tackle for both players. As we can see now, Bonsu clashing with Irlas. Now we have Leia. Great tackle from Ghana, who win the ball again brilliantly and now are accelerating into the attacking half, but that was great tackle from Cap Verde's Leia. Bonsu. From Bonsu to Boyaki. Now the attacker trying to gather momentum and move the ball with real purpose as closer now. Ghana were so close to scoring the goal by Princess as she shot the ball higher than the net. That was a powerful shot from Cape Verde. They're trying now to move past the defenders. Now the cross is delivered into the penalty area, but that was a great tackle from Ghana again. Cape Verde now are closer to scoring the first goal. Now there's a corner from Cape Verde, but that was a tackle from Princess. Rodriguez. That was brilliant save from Conlan. It was comfortably gathered by the goalkeeper. Now Ghana with Kusi. Kusi is trying to unlock the Cape Verdean defense. Now we have a corner from Kusi here in the Ghanaian side. Now this is a real opportunity to test the defense of Cape Verde. Are we going to see a second goal being scored? That was comfortably saved by the goalkeeper, by Jacinta. We can see the replay again. Jacinta saving Cape Verde side again from conceding a second goal. Another corner from Kusi. Here comes the delivery. The shot just went over the net. Bonsu picks up the ball again. Now to Kusi. From Kusi to Boyaki. Here we are. Are we closer to seeing another goal from Ghana? But that was a great tackle from Cape Verde. The ball just went over the crossbar. Even though this is the first participation of Cape Verde in the WAFCON, but they are trying to prove that there are no pushovers, they are avoiding conceding any more goals in this first half, as we are 5 minutes away from the end of the first half, with Ghana leading the score with 1-0 for Cape Verde. That was a tackle. There's going to be a yellow card for the Cape Verdean player, Gramps, for Cardoso. Bonsu picks up the ball, gives it to Princess. Now Princess is trying to move past Leia. Here's another corner for Ghana's national team. Here's the delivery. The defense are trying to make sure that they don't concede the goal. But Ghana are not giving up, but that was closer to the back of the net as they missed another opportunity to score the second goal in this first half. You can see the replay now as Boadua missed the chance to score the second goal. We have now a free kick from Boyaki from the Ghanaian side as Cape Verde are trying to build their wall and make sure that the ball doesn't cross the defense. Great tackle from Cape Verde. Now Rodriguez gives the ball to Moreira. Moreira. The referee is whistling after players pushing each other. The additional time for this first half in this clash between Ghana and Cape Verde is only 2 minutes, as now we can see that Sasha is preparing to shoot a free kick. Or Kelly, who is now, we have both Sasha and Kelly, who is gonna shoot this free kick. The defending team needs to be fully alert here. Are we gonna see a second, a equalizer only 2 minutes before the final, the whistle of the first half? Great tackle from Kusi. Ghana just picking up the ball brilliantly. Gramps. That was a high shot from now we come to the end of the first half of the game between Ghana and Cape Verde, with Ghana leading the score with 1-0 for the first-timers Cape Verde, with Boadua scoring the first goal in the 7th minute of this clash between the two teams. the Ghanaian team looked dangerous going forward, while Cape Verde have responded with strong defensive organization and quick counter attacks. The midfield battle has been competitive, with neither side willing to give the other an easy advantage. Now we can take a look on the stats of this match, as Ghana had 60% possession against 40% for Cape Verde, while Ghana had 13 shots against 4 for Cape Verde. 4 shots on goal for Ghana, with 0 shots on goal for Cape Verde, with 235 passes for Ghana against only 153 passes for Cape Verde. We can see that Ghana were the strongest team in this first half. And Cape Verde have 2 yellow cards in this first half. They have to be very careful in order to avoid any red cards in the second half and conceding, which means that they can probably concede more goals if they play with 10 players against 11. Here we go again in this second half of the game between Ghana and Cape Verde. At the break, the score was 1-0, and Ghana is leading the score. There's still plenty to play for in the second half, as we can expect more drama, more chances, and perhaps more goals after the interval. Are we going to see a tactical change from the Cape Verdean side, who will try to win this first contest as they make their debut in the WAFCON? Or is Ghana gonna lead the match again and score a second or probably a third goal? Make sure that they win and secure the 3 points to move forward in this tournament. We have now a substitution in the Cape Verdean side as Romina and Martins are entering the pitch instead of Lopez. These are the halftime substitutions. This is the start of the second half of the game between Ghana and Cape Verde, as Ghana will be looking to make a strong impact in this game after showing signs of progress under this coach Björn Kergren. The coach has brought structure and renewed belief to the Black Queens, and his squad selection points to a team built around leadership, energy, and attacking quality. Cape Verde trying to move and to unlock the Ghanaian defense, but Ghana again has picked up the ball. It looks like Leia is having a tough moment here on the ground, as she was tackled by Kusi. Bonsu has showed such great performance in the first half, as now we are great shot. We are in the penalty box. Cape Verde. The first goal of Ghana was scored by Boadua, who played a key role in qualification and is expected to be one of Ghana's most important attacking players in this tournament. Great shot from the Ghanaian player. Now we have Lorca. Ghana wins the ball again, trying to move past Moreira. Moreira is trying to make sure that she gains the ball. Jacinta now shoots the ball to her teammates. We're now trying to gain the ball again, but there's great control from the Ghanaian players in the midfield. Here we are. Are we going to see a second goal after the Ghanaian players? But that was a tackle from Cape Verde. We're now making a counter-attack against the Ghanaian team. Are we going to see Cape Verde moving past the Ghanaian players? But that's such a great control from Ghanaian side. Here we go with Cape Verde trying to, but that was a whistle from the referee after Rodriguez just fell down. Now Rodriguez is preparing to shoot the ball as the Ghanaian team is all flooding back to the defense and building their wall, making sure that the goal doesn't get through them. Here we go. Great tackle from Bonsu, who is pulling a great performance in this game. There's a very strong defensive organization and quick counterattacks from the Ghanaian side. Boyaki, from Boyaki to Dua, who is now moving forward. Ghana are again Boyaki, from Boyaki to Kusi. And are we going to see a second goal? Here we are closer to, we are here in the penalty box. That was a great tackle from you see now the replay as Ghana now have a corner again, the first corner of the second half for Ghana. Here comes the delivery, great tackle from the Cape Verdean side, great defense. There we go, closer, but Now with Lorca, Hugh, that was goal. What an own goal for Ghana. Now we are witnessing the second goal after a mistake from Vieira in the Cape Verdean side. That was a mistake, unfortunate mistake for Cape Verde, but the second goal now for Ghana as they're leading the score in this second half. We can see the replay now. Eleia Vieira just scored an own goal against her team in the second half of this game against Ghana. Verde are now moving past the Ghanaian side. Are they going to be able to score the first goal in this match? Very organized and precise game from the Ghanaian side. Now the midfield accelerates into the attacking half, but that was a tackle from Cape Verde. Boyaki. From Boyaki to, but there's still no one to pick up the ball and score the goal. Until now, we have not seen any goals on shot from the Cape Verdean side in this second half.
Ils sont les ramasseurs de balles.
Kelly seems to be suffering from injury now as the medical team enters the pitch. Simon, from Simon to Samson. Rodriguez seems to be, was just tackled by Sampson. We have now a substitution in the Cape Verdean side as Cleidiana Borges is replacing Tavares. We have a free kick now from Boyaki. The ball now is being carefully positioned from the Cape Verdean side. All eyes are now on Boyaki. Still a chance for Ghana to score. Simon from Simon to Boyaki. From Boyaki, the ball goes again. You can see an organized and precise game in the Ghanaian attack and midfield. At 9 p.m. we will witness the last game of the first phase of the group stage as Cameroon take on Mali. At 9 p.m. in the Larbi Zauli Stadium here in Casablanca. There's a corner for Ghana again. Here comes the delivery. Jacinta from Cape Verde just suffered, has a problem in her shoulder as the medical team are now entering the pitch to examine her. We have now a substitution in the Ghanaian side as Adubea and Ansa are getting into the pitch and replacing Kusi and Kujo. Now, as we are in the 61st minute into this second half. We are only 30 minutes away from the end of this game, as now Ghana are leading the score with 2 goals against 0, with the second goal being an own goal and an unfortunate mistake from the first-timers Cape Verde in their first ever match in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Ghana again picking up the ball brilliantly, and Bonsu passing the ball. Jacinta. Sampson is now moving forward with the ball. Dua is on the ground after the medical team are just now leaving the pitch. We hope that everything is okay with Dua. Brilliant save from Conlan. The attacker now is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. That was close. She was close to scoring the third goal. There's great pressing in the midfield now. Cape Verde trying to unlock the Ghanaian defense, but seems to be an impossible mission as Ghana gain the ball again with Sampson. Sampson is now moving the ball. Simon is Ghana has now great possession of the ball here in the second half as we have now a free kick. Who will shoot the ball? Santewa or Boyaki? That was a powerful effort from distance, but she just missed the shot. Simon gives the ball back to Boyaki from the goalkeeper to Boyaki again, who now is trying to look who has more space to pick up the ball and move forward. Dua. From Dua to Bonsu. Bonsu back to Boyaki. Boyaki to Sampson. Sampson trying to move past the Cape Verdean defense, who are not letting any Ghanaian player move past them. Such an organized and precise quality from the Ghanaian players. Brilliant save from Conlan. What a great tackle from Cape Verdean defense. Moreira gives the ball to Rodriguez. Now from Rodriguez to Larissa. Larissa trying to look. Gives back to Rodriguez. Who has more space? Who will be able to move past the midfield and unlock the Ghanaian defense and score the first goal? First ever goal for Cape Verdean women's team in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. What a great shot and brilliant save from Conlan. We were closer to witnessing a shot from a goal from long distance from the middle of the pitch. Cape Verde are now gathering momentum, trying as much as they can to score their first ever goal in Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Ghana closer to, but a great tackle from Cape Verde. Still, we are close to the penalty box, but Cape Verde pick up the ball again. Now with Santewa. Santewa looking for Sampson is trying to find space and move forward, but Ghana, here they are. Boyaki, such a great quality of play from Ghana, who have showed such an organized, precise, and quality of game in this first match. Cape Verde seems to be struggling as they are on the defense line since the beginning of the second half. We have now a substitution in the Ghana side as Opoku is replacing Dua now in the 75th minute of the second half. As we have seen before, Dua was suffering from pain. Simon, from Simon to Opoku, who just came onto the pitch after substituting Dua. Bonsu. Rodriguez. Rodriguez against Sampson in this moment. Simon, from Simon to Boyaki. Boyaki gives it again to Opoku. Now we have a free kick for Ghana as Cape Verde is setting up the wall, and as Cape Verde and also Ghana will try to pick up the ball in this free kick and score it. Lorca, from Lorca to Ansa. Ansa back to Simon. From Simon to Opoku. Brilliant tackle from Larissa. We can see the replay now. Was there a hand touch from Semedo? after the hand touch. We now have a free kick for Ghana. This is a chance for them to score the third goal in this encounter. Lorca is actually Verde just set up the wall straight. The goalkeeper's trying to make sure that the ball doesn't get in the back of the net. Here's the delivery, but that just went above the cross bar. Now we have a substitution as Semedo is replacing now Natasha Wanon. Are only 10 minutes away from the end of this game between Ghana and Cape Verde, as now Ghana is leading the score with 2 goals against 0 for Cape Verde. The first timers have suffered this afternoon to score their first ever goal in a World Women's Africa Cup of Nations, as the experienced Black Queens had a more organized play with great tactics. As they had more goals on shots in this second half and also in the first half. But Cape Verde, until now, were not able to make it past the Ghanaian defense. Now again, Samson is one-on-one with Rosario. Samson. Against Borges. Cape Verde pick up the ball brilliantly. The ball goes back to Jacinta. Should make sure that there's no mistake in delivering the ball to the goalkeeper, as it can cause an own goal in some cases in football matches. Moreira. From Moreira, that was a mistake, as Ghana take the ball again. And here we have Asantewa. From Asantewa, that was a tackle against Ansa. Asantewa to Boyaki. Then to Lorca. Lorca to Simon, as Simon is being tackled by Rodriguez. From Rodriguez to Opoku again in the Ghanaian side. As Boyaki gives the ball again to Simon. From Simon to Opuku, who is giving the ball now to Samson. Samson now is surrounded by 3 defenders. She's trying to dribble the ball and go past the defenders and move to the penalty box. Here we are now in the penalty box. Are we going to see a 3rd goal for Ghana? Gorgeous. Great shot from Ansa. 5 minutes left in this game. Now the attacker is head one-on-one with the keeper, but great defense as Ghana are trying to avoid conceding goals from the first-timers Cape Verde, who are struggling to unlock the defense and score their first ever goal. Now we have a corner from Cape Verde. What a save from Conlan. Lorca has just been tackled by Rodriguez. From Rodriguez to Moreira, and now Kelly. From Kelly to Semedo. Semedo now. Great tackle from Ghana. Closer to scoring the 3rd goal. Only 3 minutes away from the final whistle. Are we going to see a 3rd goal? That was close, very close to reaching the back of the net. Now we have a substitution from the Ghanaian side as Badu is replacing Lorca in the 87th minute of this encounter. Simon, from Simon, searching for a spot to give it to Samson, but now we are in the penalty box. Are we going to see a 3rd goal? But that was a shot that went above the crossbar. Moreira. Just suffered after falling down. We have now 4 minutes as an additional time in this encounter between Ghana and Cape Verde, as now Ghana are leading the score with 2 goals against 0, as Cape Verde were not able to score any goal in their first ever participation in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. VAR are checking for a possible red card. We see now the replay. Did Borge just push the other player to her fall? Still the VAR checking possible red card. That was a reckless tackle from Borges against Ansa. The VAR are now checking for a possible red card as we are only minutes away from the final whistle of this encounter between Ghana and the first-timer Cape Verde, who conceded 2 goals in the first ever game in Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Everyone is waiting for the decision of the referee. There's a red card. For Borges, who's now being sent off, only 2 minutes away from the final whistle. This will change the course of the game, as now Cape Verde are playing with 10 players against 11 for Ghana, who is already leading the score in this encounter. Are we going to see a third goal conceded by Cape Verde after now having 1 player being sent off after receiving a red card? Here's the delivery from the Ghanaian player. Are we going to see a third goal? So close still, but it was far from reaching the back of the net. Borges is now leaving the pitch. Jacinta is trying as much as she can to avoid conceding any more goals. Cape Verde, are we going to see the first goal even with 10 players for Cape Verde? Boyaki. From Boyaki to Ansa. Now Ansa gives the ball to Bonsu. Bonsu to Ansa. Now with Simon sending the ball. Tackle from Cape Verde in defense. From Boyaki to Simon, and from Simon to Samson, who will be able to find more space and move between the lines and score the third goal in this encounter. From Bonsu. Boyaki is now trying to move past the Cape Verdean defense, but that was what a tackle from Cape Verde. Moreira is on the ground after suffering a tackle from Samson. We are now in the 5th minute in additional time. Here comes the final whistle of this game between Ghana and Cape Verde, as Ghana now secured the 3 points in the first game of the first phase of the group stage of the Women's WAFCON, African Women's WAFCON, as Cape Verde suffered to make any goals on shot or scoring any goals in the first ever participation in the WAFCON. 2-0 for Ghana. A goal from Bodua in the 7th minute and an own goal from Vieira in the 54th minute. Now on the top of the table we have Ghana with 3 points. We will have to wait for the game between Cameroon and Mali at 9 p.m. in Larbizaouli Stadium in Casablanca to know who will secure another 3 points. In the Group D of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, such a great game between Ghana, as they showed great tactics, organized play. Woman of the match for this afternoon's game was Josephine Bonsu. At 9 p.m. we are going to see the last game of the first phase of the group stage of the WAFCON 2026, as tomorrow Morocco, the host nation, will play against Algeria in a North African clash at 9 p.m. in Moulay El Hassan Stadium in Rabat. Before that, Senegal will face Kenya at 6 p.m. in the Olympic Stadium in Rabat. In Group A of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, Morocco 2026.
onto a very great match today. Dominant performance against debutant Cape Verde. Just how are you feeling after that performance as a team and getting this player of the match accolade?
I'm super proud of the team. We know we have to still step up for the next games because the goal is to go for gold, but I'm super proud right now, even for myself and the team, of course.